everybody to our show. This is Custom Fab Garage on our channel Octane TV on YouTube. Make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button, and on top of that, make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you can get all the new content that comes out weekly and even every day.
Be doing this 2005 Toyota Tundra. This also has JBL. We're going to be changing out the radio in this today. The radio before, it's already having issues when you try to move the volume. It's already messing up where it's like going up and down real weird. This actually does have the JBL as well. And there's the JBL. Okay, so Beavis is going to, you take these vents first thing, you push them back, and then up inside of there is a screw on this side and a screw on this side. So that's the first step in taking off this whole entire dash piece, is you just push these vents back, take out a screw here, take out a screw here. That's step number one. That's the screw that comes out.
Phillips.
The part is you will pull these knobs off here, and when you pull those off, there's actually screws on the back side of there as well. Take the plastic pry tool and you can kind of pry it out. Just gonna be extra careful because these old dashes, they're super brittle, especially in the cold, just like that. Boom. Step, we're gonna remove these 4 10mm, 1, 2. And over here's 3 and 4. That will enable us to be able to get the radio out.
See?
So those are definitely tight like a tiger. So be careful when you do it. Might end up losing a limb.
Shoot,
Beavis almost flipped his whole arm off. Okay, the radio comes out, and then all we're gonna have to do is unplug all the plugs that are back here. You got 1, 2, and an antenna. There's the regular antenna, and then you'll unplug this one, and then the other plug.
They got little bitty push pins at the bottom.
Yep. Boom. And then there's the back side of that. Parts we're going to be using today. This is an AXTO-TY1. This is the harness we're going to try to use. You can also use this 70-8113. This is the standard using the RCA harness. We're going to use this one because it is pre-wired for the ASWC, so that's why I'm going to use this one, so that way we can just plug the ASWC into this and see if that works. Actually, today we're going to try the 70-8113 because this harness here says it's pre-wired for the ASWC, but I don't see anything on it pre-wired, so we're just going to use a standard harness. It saves you a lot of money. Make sure that that works. We'll just have to wire up the ASWC. The radio we're going to be using today is a DMH-160BT. The back side of the Pioneer head unit has your antenna plug here, 4 connectors, your main plug, and then your USB. That's pretty much on the back side of this. It's super light too. It's like extremely light. And then these are all the plugs that will go into it. We'll kind of tell you what each one of these does as well. So we basically had to cut this part of the bracket off. This is the factory bracket here that we took off this side. We'll kind of show you on the other side what it looks like on the factory. You'll remove these 4 8mm bolts. That's basically what we did here, and then you'll bolt this on. I even use those bolts because the Pioneer, they use the same thread pitch, and then that's what it'll look like when it's mounted on there. Okay, in order to wire up the ASWC, you're going to run your steering wheel interface over to here. So your headphone jack goes to the back of the radio.
On this particular vehicle, you're going to use the secondary 20-pin harness, and you're going to go to 6, 7, 8. 6 is going to be ground, 7 is going to be green with orange, and then black with the green stripe is going to go to 8. And then you also have to do accessory and ground. Now usually I just put these in with those, so the only 3 connections I would actually have is right there, but for some weird reason they're telling me that this harness is pre-wired for NASWC, but I don't see it anywhere. So there's a lot of things I'm not quite understanding about this new stuff, but I'm gonna go ahead and fix all this, put it back to how we had it originally. So the only thing you'll see is just these 3 wires right here, but that is what makes the ASWC work. You turn it on, it will program itself, and then boom, you'll have steering wheel interface as well. This is one of the harnesses that you're going to use, which is the steering wheel control harness, the mute wire, and then your rear view camera. That's one of the harnesses that's on the back of here, along with your mic plugs into here, your USB into there, your main harness here, and your antenna there. I'll show you what the other harnesses are as well. Here's the other harnesses you're going to be using. This is the one for your front, rear, and subwoofer, and this also has your rear monitor out. That's the other harness that comes with it, and then you also have one here that is for XM for the tuner. These are the parts that we ended up using. 958202, and this is an ASWC, ASWC-1, and then the AXTO-TY1. We did try it with this harness, which we used to use back in the day with no problem. I'm not sure if this has a different amplifier in it, but this would not turn on any sound. So these are the 3 parts that we did use, just to let you know that's what you'll need. I'll also show you how to wire up the harness as well. And here's your wiring diagram. Black is ground, yellow is battery, red is accessory, blue for power antenna, orange is illumination. Just these are all standard, you know, and then blue, white is what your amplifier turn on, so you have to make sure that, and then all your speaker wires. That's all you're going to need to wire up. I believe there is 2 red wires I wired up, but other than that, it's pretty basic. Just follow the instructions on here and match up all your colors, and that shouldn't be an issue. We did use this USB DMA6 right here for his USB, so we installed that there. That way he could just plug in his phone and everything will just be right here for him. That way he doesn't have to have cables and everything. He can just have this here, and then when he wants to use it, plug it in and then unplug it. Okay, this is the finished product. We have everything installed. Looks really good in there. Metro did a good job on the kit, everything. Super happy with that. We also did a pack USB piece on this side so he could plug his, you know, whatever he'd like to do into there. But it does look really nice. I'm super happy with the way it turned out. Fits really nice, looks really nice, super clean. It does give you an option, you know, for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay when you have this plugged in, but it also does have a mirroring feature. I've never used that, so I can't really tell you much about that feature. That is something that we've never used before. It also does have the iPod and Sirius, but they are blacked out right now because we don't have anything plugged in. So it is very easy to use, which is awesome because all your buttons are on this side and then everything else is all on the radio, which is really simple and easy, which is what I think they were going for with this radio. So the steering wheel controls will work just like normal, volume up and down, track selection, so which is pretty cool. So that'll do the volume up and down and the track selection as well, which is pretty nice. Now the bottom one that says mode, it ends up being a mute button, but that's pretty cool how that all works.
it.